Greenpeace place boulders at Dogger Bank marine locations. Sign up for now and never miss the top politics stories again. Subscribe. When you subscribe, we will use the information you provide to send you these newsletters. Sometimes they'll include recommendations for other related newsletters or services. Our privacy notice explains more about how we use your data and your rights. You can unsubscribe at any time. Thomas Appleby, an associate professor at the University of the West of England, was commenting on the UK's aggressive push to ban the use of bottom-towed fishing gear in 4 sites, citing the damage such activity causes to the marine environment. The 4 areas are Dogger Bank Special Area of Conservation, East of England, Inner Dowsing, Race Bank and Northridge Special Area of Conservation, the Wash approaches, off the Lincolnshire and North Norfolk coasts, South Dorset Marine Conservation Zone, Southwest, Dorset, and the Canyons Marine Conservation Zone, Southwest, offshore. Speaking to Politico, Professor Appleby said, when the UK left the Common Fisheries policy that triggered an obligation under the Habitats Directive to conduct what's called an appropriate environmental impact, the consequent report had prompted the UK to act to impose a complete ban in the 4 sites. Professor Appleby added, that, of course, puts pressure on the European Union member. He explained the obligation to undertake the environmental impact assessment under the UK's post-Brexit habitats rules was copy-pasted from the EU's nature protection. Hence the EU was under the same obligation as the UK to assess the impact bottom trawling had on its part of the dog. He added, it's clear that the UK has been forced to look into the protection of the Dogger Bank. Related articles. Pound soars to near 3-year high versus dollar and Brexit boost UK fishing. Chief issues alert over confusing new Scotland task force, but it does set a very strong precedent for the EU as well. So far, EU countries have resisted tougher rules against bottom trawling, but a letter from the European Commission's Marine Department addressed to non-governmental organizations, NGOs, sent shortly after the British announcement, has raised hopes that other members of the EU 27 could soon follow suit. The letter states, we continue to encourage member states to agree on a more ambitious proposal. Speaking earlier this month, Environment Secretary George Eustace said, now that we have left the Common Fisheries policy, we are able to deliver on our commitment to achieve a healthy, thriving and sustainable marine environment. The UK has already established an impressive blue belt covering 38% of our waters, and our Fisheries Act has provided us with additional powers to go further to protect our seas around England. This proposal to introduce bylaws to safeguard 4 of our precious offshore marine protected areas shows how we are putting these powers. Commenting, Dr. Jean-Luc Soland, Principal Specialist in Marine Protected Areas at the Marine Conservation Society, commented, you'd think that marine protected areas are, in fact, protected. However, just 5 currently ban bottom trawling, which has been shown time and again to damage the fragile sea. Whilst in the past the UK has had to get full agreement from other EU member states for bans on fishing, now we can act independently with the powers provided by the fishery. This announcement today, whilst only for 4 of a possible 74 areas of protection, is an trending. Chris Thorne, an oceans campaigner at Greenpeace UK, added, we need to see the detail of these proposals, but if the government is indeed considering a total ban on bottom trawling in these 4 protected areas, then it's good. However, all of our sensitive marine areas must be properly protected, not just for months after we created a 50 square miles bottom trawler exclusion zone in the Dogger Bank by building an underwater boulder barrier. Ministers have finally woken up to their responsibility. Mr. Thorne said there were still hundreds of other marine areas which were open to all forms of destructive industrial fishing.